still hear your voice on the midnight breeze, like a whisper carried through the autumn trees. Sebastian Wayne Drake, my pride, my boy, my firstborn child, my heart, my joy.
It's been 8 long months since you've been gone, and I'm still out here holding on.
I bow my head and I pray each night, Lord, bring him home, show me a light. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul free.
I'll wait by the porch, 'neath the moon and the pine, till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always, through joy and pain.
The seasons change, but my heart stands still. This house is quiet, but I love him still. I look down the road and call out his name. God, help me hold on through this lonesome pain.
If you can hear me, I need your grace. Help me find my boy, show me the way. I'll carry this love through the wind and rain. Lord, help me believe we'll meet again. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul free.
I'll wait by the porch, 'neath the moon and the pine, till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always, through joy and pain. If the stars could carry my words tonight,
They tell him I love him and hold on tight.
Sebastian Wayne Drake, my sweet little son, I'll search till I find you. Our journey's not done. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul free.
I'll wait by the porch, 'neath the moon and the pine, till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always, through joy and pain.
How's everybody doing today? Do apologize for the late start. Yeah. Looking for the list. I know there's a list. So I have a list of questions that Miss Bo is the one that sent them to me. I don't know why this is doing this to me this morning. Oh, it's not. I'm working on it. I do apologize. I want to. It should work. Somebody should be getting. There you go. Hi, Mama Marissa. I say morning, it's nighttime, but it's technically morning for me. I see a bunch of people in chat. I want to say thank you, everybody that showed up. I gave plenty of time for people that be going live tonight. Sorry about that. The heat's been killing everybody. Oh, hello there, person in the background. Yeah.
What's up? What's happening? Hello, everybody.
Well, at least I know that that link works.
Always full of surprises, aren't you, Seth?
I'm not full of surprises. I surprise myself.
Yeah.
There's some other
So,
people that I have given that link to. I don't know if they're going to show up.
okay. I've got the question and answers here. Just let me know when you're ready to start. Hey, guys.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Jill.
mean, you can ask whatever questions you would like
Okay.
within reason, like based off the list that I gave you. Because I want to thank Bo again. She's the one that went through the last live and went through all the questions that were in chat and wrote them all together and emailed them to me. And I hope
Nice.
everybody can hear me because I can't hear myself.
Can y'all hear me okay? Because I don't have my uh, microphone hooked up.
Oh, everybody can hear you fine.
Okay. Hey, Mama Marissa. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining and being patient. Uh, should
Yeah.
I say their
Doctor?
name?
Do I? Well, the
Should I?
reason that yeah, I mean, um, yeah, because I'm not worried if they ask the question in chat, then they shouldn't really be worried about me
Okay.
putting them out there. I mean, nothing
Right.
against them or anything, but it's
They
not
did
like
ask the question. Yeah.
it's not, and they're not made up people. Oh, look, there's more people.
Hey.
Hey,
No,
Smiley.
it's not an open panel. I sent these people.
Oh my God, they just think I just jump up anywhere.
That's because it's fall around and find out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
She like pops up around your back seat. Have you been robbed today? Oh.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about it.
Hey, BHB.
I'm from Florida.
Hey,
Mm.
guys. So,
Hello.
do we want to start? Let's start with Horsey Love 124 1234. What can Sebastian's army do to help?
Well, that's simple. I need people to keep your eyes open and hand out flyers. Talk about Sebastian. It's what I ask everybody to do. Somebody will see Sebastian, and then we can bring him home.
Right.
I see Bullhorn. She's in there.
I see Betty. Yeah.
Yeah, you tell her to go ahead and check her phone.
All right,
Oh,
let's look at okay. So the
never
mob
mind.
crew,
I guess
the
I
mob
got to
crew,
check my phone.
the mob crew also asked the same thing. What can we do to help? So that's great that
You know,
we know that we can.
hand out flyers, talk about Sebastian. Awareness is awareness. It's been 2.5 years, and I'm pretty sure people have forgotten that my son is missing. And look at all the cases that we have of missing people. Everybody's, up to their elbows and neck and Nancy, but it doesn't stop children from going missing just because everybody's watching one. And I'm just as guilty because I'm I only talk about Sebastian. Oh, lost. Hi, Benny.
Oh shoot! Sorry, I just realized
Hey,
oh,
Betty.
Hi, Benny.
sorry, you were on my phone. I forgot I had to put all my stuff. I'm sorry. I'm tired here. I'm tired. So I forgot I have a microphone. I forgot to have. I got to put these earplugs in to hear.
Same.
You guys. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, she said she wasn't coming up on the panel.
I did, and then I felt bad because I saw you read it, and I saw. I wanted to say hi to everybody, but yeah, I mowed 2 yards today, and I protested. My back shot.
I'm surprised you weren't protesting mowing the yard.
I would, every time I have done that, I've regretted it. So I think over the years, I've learned just to get your ass up and mow the damn yard.
Oh my gosh.
2 yards today.
I'm adamant about people handing out flyers, spreading the information, talking about him. Wear a shirt. Wear a shirt.
Where can they get some shirts? Where can they get Sebastian Rogers shirts?
Shirt.
Where can they get some shirts? Where can they get Sebastian Rogers shirts?
Buddy.
Where can they get some shirts? Where can they get Sebastian Rogers shirts? Please don't tell me that's me.
No, I don't think so. I think it was Smiley.
Oh. Huh, that was weird.
She just muted herself, which means that she had StreamYard and probably YouTube open too.
Mm.
Here's the merchandise link.
Yeah, I don't even have that.
Okay.
No, I think Betty needs a Cabana boy to mow her yard.
Here's the link, guys. All right.
Thank you. So
Ready
I'm
for
sorry.
another question?
Yeah, I'm sorry for coming in late. Do you guys mind filling me in the questions that were already asked? And
Well, so far the only thing that has been asked is, people ask what they can do.
okay,
I thought I sent you the list as well.
not me, not that I'm aware of.
Oh yeah, pretty sure I sent it to you.
Well,
Thank you, Mama Marissa. So Kate and Hughes ask, is there a fund to help with legal fees?
No, my attorney is doing everything off of, I don't remember what they call it.
Contingency fee.
Contingency fee. Yes, I sent it to your Gmail, Betty.
Oh, maybe that's why I didn't get it. Okay.
Michelle G.A. Seth, can you tell us where this court proceeding will be held?
I believe it will be held in Nashville at the federal court.
Michelle Scott, 8710, Seth, when these records they close or read in court and it states who the abusers were, will it instigate charges against them by the judge hearing these lawsuits?
This is a civil case. I don't believe that any criminal. It's a civil case, so I would have to say that there's no criminal charges from the civil case. Uh, when the judge reads it, I mean, federal judges have a lot more authority than I do, or my attorney. But this is civil. This is just trying to get information that other people were already privy to. Before my son went missing. Um, I know that there are some uh, we got speaking of judges,
Here's the court.
here's night court,
I'm sorry, I
Here's
was
one.
muted. I was muted there.
Hey,
Sorry
like-
about that. Hey guys. Hey ladies and
honey.
Seth. Good to see you guys.
Chasing True Crime is asking you and Bullhorn Betty a question. Can you tell me if any law enforcement ever stated he did make it home?
Say that again. I'm sorry. I saw Betty waving.
I did too. I saw her
the,
waving.
the answer is yes. The answer is yes to that question. The answer is the question is can you tell me if any law enforcement ever stated he made it home? And yes, a law enforcement officer did state it, and it was Sonny Weatherford to Seth's PIs that they recorded and put all over the
Yes.
internet. But other than that, that was the only one I've ever heard.
Sonny rest in peace. But the only thing I'm going to state on that one is that even though Sonny Weatherford stated that, I don't think he was really. The chief deputy is the one who was running this case from the get-go. It was not Sonny. And just the conversation that I have heard that was given to me from those PIs, it sounded like he really didn't know what was going on with the case, because I'm pretty sure Sonny was not thinking about my son. I think he was thinking about his retirement that was coming up. He was trying to leave an office. Wow. $20 just to tell me that I'm working with the wrong people. I believe
People that have been by his side from day one,
Yeah.
through literally thick and thin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
He seemed really the Sonny Weatherford seemed like he was checked out when the PIs were talking to him in the beginning. He kind of seemed like he didn't really know what was going on and was referring back to Carter and them.
If you listen to it when he speaks, it's almost apprehensive, like he didn't know it. That's the tone that I received when I listened to it. And when I asked for proof of life, they showed me Texas Roadhouse. That to me is a real big notification for me, for law enforcement to show me the Texas Roadhouse of him leaving, not the whole thing, but just him leaving as proof of life. To me, that doesn't mean that he came home. And no matter how I look at it, too many lies have been told on the other side for me to believe what comes out of their mouth. So I know that law enforcement has stated that they have no proof that he's ever left the house. But to me, they don't have proof that he was ever in the house prior to the missing. I'm sorry, is that coffee that you're drinking there, Betty?
It is.
You still going to sleep after this, or is this just to keep you awake?
I have no problem sleeping at night, even with caffeination in my blood. I
Are
just
you
get a little.
drinking decaf coffee?
This is the coffee club. Decaf. We don't drink diet food around here.
Just making sure. I mean, I like mine. Jet fuel, melt the spoon.
Well, it's not quite jet fuel, but it's. I'm really not like I got this new flavor, just mocha. I'm not really digging it. I like my caramel.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My creamer normally stays in the refrigerator, and so
This is not creamer; it's syrup, sugar-free
Yeah,
syrup.
Okay, well, I don't put syrup on anything but my pancakes or waffles.
Well, you're just not a coffee connoisseur.
Oh, I'm a coffee connoisseur.
No,
What?
you drink mud. That's not a coffee connoisseur.
That
Hey,
is
Miss-
true.
That's a mud drinker,
Hey, listen, there was a war
a
fought.
jet fuel drinker.
There was a war and a massacre. The Boston Tea Party, all three people. That was the Boston Massacre. All right, those three people died so I could have coffee. All right. And then we had a Revolutionary War about taxation without proper representation.
Well, I think that's what they're doing to coffee right now. I think the coffee bean needs to be represented. I think instead of us having a Department of Agriculture, we need a Department of Coffee or Department of Caffeine and fix whatever is going on with why coffee should not be we're getting off topic.
That's
So,
not too hard with
Allie-
everybody that's on the panel, Betty.
I'm going to interject. Allie NZ New. Seth, could you get the Cold Case Foundation on board to help you?
I have spoken to Mr. Christopher McDonough, and he said he would get back with me. And I'm still waiting on him to get back to me. I have been to their website.
But in all fairness, I think the last time you spoke to him, there was so much chaos in this case, and I think a lot of stuff has died down. And I think that might have been
He jumped
one of
on
his biggest
Guthrie, too.
concerns. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
was in the
reapproaching him or
Guthrie.
something. Just a thought.
I mean, I can always approach him. I did go to their website and I filled out all the paperwork like they asked me to do. And we know it's an organization. It's got it's got to make it through the initial before it can make it to anybody else.
Right.
I don't know. He's been on the Nancy Guthrie, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are on Nancy.
It's a hot case, that's for sure. It's got all the twists and turns and bells and the whistles and some details that are quite similar to some of the details in your son's case. I mean, in all fairness,
I agree.
corruption is a problem. Corruption is a problem across this country. I think corruption and lack of competence and professionalism and leadership, it's tanked your son's case in a sense, because, I mean, how do they not have evidence? How do they not have any evidence of where your son is at this juncture?
Oh, thank you, Sue Tubes. I appreciate your $5 worth of blah. Mods,
Yeah.
feel free to, you know.
Where's that at? I was on here.
I got that one, Betty. Betty, you got the other one. I got that
Yeah.
one.
I tell him thank you for
I'm
the
over
tip.
there.
You know, I ask him if it was worth it. You know, when
Well,
it's
I
all
prefer a tip telling me where my son was than your
right.
$5.
Exactly.
Maybe they
Everybody's got a
stop
comment.
drinking decaf and start drinking real coffee.
You know what I find? Let me just say this here. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this down just like this.
Uh-oh.
I think it's very disgusting. I think not only is it very disgusting, it's immature. It's not how in your sick mind do you justify speaking and treating a father of a missing boy like this? How do you justify it? I just want the idiots that are out there that are saying these things just to justify your behavior. Because trust me, you think it's funny tonight, but karma, like, even if you don't believe in the wrath of God, certainly you believe in karma.
I believe both.
And you just need to realize that even though you think it's cute tonight, when it comes your turn, you're not going to think it's so cute. And you better hope and pray that it's nothing real serious. Because sometimes that bite comes back and it stings real bad. So just be careful, and people need to start being more respectful of one another. I think this country has gotten way too divided, and I think it's become so easy to be nasty to people you don't know. And it's time to stop. There are people missing. There are lives that have been uprooted. There's pain that you have no clue about. And for you to dare come here and be this disrespectful to a father, I'm done. Knock it off.
100%. I can't say
Yeah,
it better
Ben's
than
not
that.
drinking decaf.
I'm awake. And I mowed 2 yards and did protest today and cooked a dinner. I cooked fresh mac and cheese. Did you see? That was beautiful.
I saw that. I saw that.
That's some beautiful mac and cheese, y'all. I'm telling you, it was just as good. Oh, good gracious. That's my best friend's cheese mix. I didn't do that. But she was ready to toss it out. I'm like, no, you're not, because she had too much of it. Give me that. So I'm just saying.
But they do that to these children, and not just on this father's panel, to anybody that's talking about children. They'll go in and they'll troll, and it's sickening. It's disgusting.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the first thing, if I may, I know this is a little off topic, but for everybody, if you see people like that, you know what you do. This is what we need to start doing moving forward. Whether the people remove them or not, go to the little bubble next to everybody's name. You can individually block them. So the next time you see an asshat come into any channel, whether it's this channel or somebody else's, go up there, hit that circle, and block them, so you never have to see their nastiness again, and we'll cleanse the world one thumbnail at a time. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get back to Sebastian. He's more important.
You know, it doesn't, I mean, I'll be honest, it doesn't bother me. I've been dealing with it for 2.5 years. I mean,
It bothers me. It bothers me because, you know, we deal with humanity here, and I just don't know where the hell our humanity is gone. It bothers me a lot. Okay,
doesn't
how somebody can come in and treat it doesn't matter about just you, Seth. It's just any family. You're not the first time that they've treated like this. How do you do that? How do you justify?
well, there's no justification for it.
There isn't.
From the get-go, I haven't asked for sides. From the get-go, I've asked for Sebastian to be found. And people just naturally think that they got to choose a side. And, you know, the fact is that there's only one person missing, and Sebastian is still lost. He's lost in this world. And the only thing I care about is finding him. You know, I don't wish it upon anybody for your child to go missing ever. It's not.
There's no words for it. Trying to describe. There's no words for it. We the people that are here know that. The people have been around No, there's no words to describe a parent losing their child, or their child, anything past that, from missing on over. It is the worst case scenario, and nobody, I mean, that's what angers me. Like you say, it doesn't bother you. That's why it bothers me, because nobody understands except the very few in this very sad club.
I mean, you're right, Rogue. I mean, Rogue as well. You know, to be honest, Seth, the Proudfoots had made that division, in my opinion, for some unknown reason.
They have. They've went out of their
Yeah.
way for the divide.
They have, because I mean, and you know, I find Sebastian. He'll find out what I've been dealing with, what I've been going through. You know, trying to find him, and the whole point of it is that I don't see them, you know, asking people to hand out flyers. I don't see them handing out flyers. I don't. They've never showed up for a vigil to help support finding of Sebastian. And yeah, thanks for your wow.
Hey, yeah, it's good.
Why not answer questions if you want help? I've been there.
Don't read them out loud. Don't they're not worth the time. They're not worth the time. Keep moving.
So, what other questions do we have about the lawsuit?
Let me see here.
Jen,
We got a few here. So, why is Life 360 data not released?
I don't have Life's 360. That family is the one that has Life 360. Uh, I don't have.
You don't have access. It was never your thing. That's the answer. It was never. It was the Proudfoot thing. And that would be their question, right? There, if they control it, then it's your. That was probably the wrong. That's probably what I just realized that was missed because it probably didn't pertain to you. And I don't think you'd know this either. This is a good question from Stevie, but in all fairness, I don't think you're going to have the answer to it.
Well,
And
ask
it's
the question.
Yeah, it says, why did Katie cancel a doctor's appointment for Sebastian a couple days before he went missing?
That's a good question. The reason that that's a good question is because we're asking that question.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm hoping my attorney can get it answered. The real question is, you know, here's my question. 8 days of ground searching from, you know, what's 9 different agencies, but Sumner County already knew what was going on in that household, and yet they didn't even advise the other counties. I mean, we know that they didn't advise me. We know that DCS didn't advise me. The only person that was on the outside of this was me. Um, so
You know what, though? In all fairness, I've watched. I don't. Never mind. I don't want to get. Let's stop that. I'm about to go on off the thing, and I know that we don't want to go that way. So let me just ask another question. Do you know whether or not that appointment was rescheduled, or if it was just canceled, or you don't know? You just heard it was canceled,
it was just canceled. It was canceled.
and you know that for a fact. It was canceled, not rescheduled.
Correct.
Okay. How do we get the FBI to take over the case, Seth? That's a great question.
I've been trying. I've been trying for 2.5 years to have the FBI be head on this investigation.
Have you talked when you I don't know. Let me ask you this. When you've talked to your liaison or your FBI agent over there for the FBI on your son's case, have you asked them personally, like, are there any steps that I can take to maybe get you guys to be lead on this? Or
I haven't asked him.
okay.
Every time I speak to my Liaison, we're talking about tips that are coming in, information
Right.
that
Yeah.
me and my PI have gathered, and emails that we're sending him so that they can do what they need to do.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, I spoke to him. I've spoken to him. Today's Friday. Yes, I spoke to him this week. You know, he knows about what's going on in the lawsuit and everything else.
Hmm.
And he advised me that he didn't care what I was doing in the court system. His job and his goal is to find Sebastian, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Good. Good. Well, it's what you want to hear. This one says, "I'm local. Did you know Sumner County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to arrive at the command post, aka Shackle Island Fire Department, at 5 a.m.? Did they know that early? I don't. I think that that's might be incorrect information.
I don't know because Sumner County didn't even bother to call Davidson County to even let me know that my son was missing. I mean, the, Sumner County did not. Sumner County and DCS, not neither of those agencies have a problem with communication, obviously, and it's out there. They don't communicate with me beforehand, and I've upset them enough with my questions and blatantly asking questions that they don't want to answer.
Somebody asked me, is there still a open CPS case even though Sebastian's gone?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
There's an open DCS case concerning Sebastian.
Now, is that the one from February that they were talking about? I posted some Facebook posts, but you know how that goes. I mean, it could be hearsay, it could be coming straight from somebody who knows more. But that's what I've heard about it. And I don't know if you can answer that. I'm just asking.
What was your question again, Lady Freedom?
Sorry, Seth. No, I was just asking as it pertains to the CPS report. Is that because Chris was saying that there's an open CPS report because Sumner County Sheriff's Office had to report them because Sebastian was missing, and it's just standard protocol. But then I heard from some local people saying that there was one open since February, and that's my understanding that it was already open before he went missing.
No. From my understanding, there is a case that was open because he went missing. And from my understanding, because I know nothing about the open case because it's an open case and DCS didn't give me any information about it.
Right.
I just know that it's open and it's been open since he went missing because he is missing. And I am pretty sure it's based off of all the previous DCS case records is the reason that they opened it when the child went missing. Which, in my opinion, if they had just let me know that my son was going through some of the stuff that he was, if they had just called and told me, yeah, we wouldn't be on panel right now talking about my missing son because my son wouldn't be missing. I wouldn't be here. It's Friday. We would be at the game shop playing Magic the Gathering, toning up our decks to get ready for the tournament because there would have been a tournament tonight and there would be a tournament tomorrow. And on Sunday there would be another tournament for Magic the Gathering, and it would have been a Commander tournament, and that's what we would have been getting ready for. Wednesday we would have been playing D&D. Thursday we would have gotten our decks ready to go play in tournaments on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday. Unless he didn't want to be in the tournaments, wouldn't have really mattered.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I know there were some questions, and yeah, I appreciate that.
Autumn's Ashes is asking, is there strong indication that Sebastian is still in Tennessee, or do you think he could be in another state?
The only thing I can state about that is because I can't get into the tips and stuff, is that we have had tips from outside of Tennessee. We've had some tips that the FBI agents thought it was Sebastian, and we're on it. I mean, we've had tips in New Mexico, in Albuquerque. We've had tips that have taken us to Columbus, Ohio. I've had tips that have taken me to Missouri. I've had tips that have taken me to Virginia. I've had several tips that are just literally on the border of Kansas. I mean, not Kansas, Tennessee, and a neighboring state. But if I can't make it there within, a 10-hour drive or something to get to the law enforcement department to hand out flyers, then we send an email with all the information that we've gathered, and we send it to the FBI, let's say. We're also in communication with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So when they get tips, they send it to the FBI. When I call them and ask them about tips, they let me know what tips have been coming in. I'm the only parent that's been reaching out to National Missing and Exploited Children. The other has not, and that's just information that's been told me by the, from the National Center, is that they can only discuss tips with the parents, FBI, law enforcement, and the parents. And I'm the only parent that they discussed the tips with, because I'm the only parent that's actually called them.
I'm not sure if you can answer this or not, but this is from Mr. and Mrs. Froggy. Just wanted to ask to clarify whether LE ever specifically said CP or KP took and passed the polygraph. Do you have any information on that you can share? I don't know if you're able to share any information.
I do know that Sebastian's mom was taken by TBI to do a polygraph, and I do know that
she didn't deny it or ask for an attorney or anything like that.
No, Chris lost his when they brought her back, because TBI didn't tell Chris that they were taking Katie.
Gotcha.
And he was pretty upset that she didn't call and tell him that.
When was this? Like, was this within the first 3 days?
Yeah, this is day 2.
So you were there when all this happened. So you saw Chris lose his shit.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen Chris lose his shit outside of the courthouse, so I kind of know what he looks like when he loses his shit.
Yeah, in his house, walking out the front door, extremely mad and angry, and started yelling at Katie,
In front of everybody?
Oh yeah, in front of the TBI, everything. I mean, they've all seen him lose his. They don't care.
And none of them even thought, oh my gosh, this child that has these disabilities is living with somebody like that. Not one time did that. Oh my God.
That's already documented in these papers, and it's just fine and dandy, in my opinion.
Okay. I got.
Yeah, no evidence of foul play. No evidence whatsoever.
Maybe I should have went with you.
Woo-saw.
Okay.
Woo-saw.
I see what
Sorry.
Woo-saw. Yeah, no, they saw it. I mean, obviously, it's documented in these records. I mean, the the DCS agent obviously had to believe that neighbor to write that down in the report. I mean, yeah, I don't believe anything that comes out of
Ooh, that's a great
Craddock's
question.
mouth. Unfortunately, he hasn't earned my trust for me to believe anything that comes out of his mouth.
I know you can't go into details, but did you see Eric Craddock that day, the day your son disappeared? Did you speak to him at all? Did he come and talk to you, or was he just in the command center and only taking like interviews and stuff like that? Like, what was Eric Craddock actually doing out there? What did you witness him doing out there? I'm just curious.
Standing on his soapbox.
So he really wasn't engaging. He wasn't really providing like instructions to his people. He was just basically in front of the camera.
That I saw him, in front of the news crews.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, when I finally spoke with him, they were pretty adamant about not speaking to the news media. Um, Let them handle that. They'll take care of the news. And I was just like, that's fine because I'm looking for my son. I really wasn't,
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be spreading the awareness that he's missing. But then again, they didn't have pictures of my boy up. So
Yeah. I'm gonna ask one more question, and then the other girls can ask, and maybe they can interchange questions. I'm starting to get tired. It's starting to get harder to read. I'm exhausted.
well, maybe
Um,
you should stop having syrup in your coffee and just have some more coffee in your coffee.
oh, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! SSI officer asks Seth. My question to you: the day of Sebastian's disappearance, do you remember seeing any of the little dogs? If you remember, if you even remember, thank you. That's a good question
The
because
dogs, us, yeah, the little
were they loose? Were they contained? Were they in their kennel? Like where were the
they were in the
dogs?
kennels. I mean,
When
the
you first walked in, if you
they're
don't mind,
they were in their little pen back there in the back.
and were they yappy the whole time?
Yeah, they were.
So you could hear, you could.
Yeah, well, Sebastian loved those puppies, and then he's not there. I mean, animals go through a lot of the same feelings that we go through when our loved ones go missing. All of a sudden, there's somebody missing. Not to mention, dogs can pick up on everybody's demeanor and what's going on in their life. If you're stressed out, dogs can feel that. You know, dogs can feel that you're stressed out. They know when something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of follow up questions to that, if you don't mind, since they were on my panel and that kind of come up. And Chris said I kind of threw him on that question. Um, do you remember when he came home that day and he said, first of all, I want to ask you, do you remember this kind of a two-part question? Like, I always wondered what he had on when he come in. Did he have on long sleeves? I know
Ooh,
you
good
probably wasn't paying
question.
attention, but did he have on long sleeves or a coat or whatever? And I want to follow up with the question Betty just asked and ask, do you recall him at any point when you were there, um, him getting down in the floor and playing with those two little dogs?
I've never seen him play with those dogs.
Because remember in my interview, he stated that's where he got the little bites.
I know.
And the scratches all over his arm.
I
Yes.
And
don't.
they were, and I went back because people were saying they were bite marks. I'm not sure if those were bite marks, but I don't know. I don't know, but they're definitely scratches because when we were searching for a few people, back out there in the woods and the swamps and stuff, there's all kinds of crap that have like prickers on them, some having long thorns, and you
Mhm.
get back there and it just tears your rear end up.
Yeah, my
I caught
arms
myself.
with my
Sure
dogs
does.
all the time to this day, and I'm older, but I get all these little scratches and stuff on mine when they greet me and all this kind of stuff. But it just made me think about what he said because of what you or that question that was just asked that Betty talked about. So I did
Yeah,
want to follow up with that.
not, I do not remember what he was wearing. I mean,
Yeah, I wondered if when he come in, what he
I
had on,
knew
and the police,
everything
I'm
that
sure
I
they
know.
wasn't. Yeah.
If I knew everything I know now,
Yes.
if I knew it then, I mean, I would have been paying more attention to what people are wearing instead of just trying to find out what happened to my son.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, those brambles can really tear you up. That's for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
I
Not as
don't
bad
want to
as
go
gators.
not as bad as Gator. Hey, I'm still like clearing my throat and a little bit of issues there. Seth, if you don't mind, earlier I saw case Ward Case Files had asked about the trash can video, right? That Ellie says that the neighbor's ring cam caught Sebastian taking out the trash after they got back from the Texas Roadhouse. Um, and I know this probably goes back to trust in law enforcement, but can you explain, like in the beginning, how that all happened? Because she was asking about that. I don't remember your question specifically. I apologize.
I do know that while I was there for the first 3 days, that the neighbor literally came across the street and showed everybody, showed Chris and Katie that they had ring camera footage of somebody out front. I never got to see it because they didn't show it to me. I got to see it when law enforcement showed it to me, and it's so dark you can't even tell that somebody is out there. All you do, it's literally Peter Pan's shadow. It's just a shadow. That's all you can see on there. It's not clearing up. You can't see the height of the person. You can't see, any type of distinguishing characteristics because it's literally so dark and grainy from that room that you just see a flicker of a shadow. You don't even see the
Right.
face.
Well,
You
let me
don't.
ask you this: Did she had she already said that Sebastian went out to the garbage can before the lady brought the tape over?
Yes.
Okay.
Unapologetically, Nix from TikTok wants to know.
Is that
Um,
Nyx? Well, hello,
yeah,
Nick.
Nyx. Hey.
yeah. She wants to know, were you able to confirm that they served a search warrant for the home 1 year later at the time of the court hearing when Betty versed Chris? Can you say that it was true or not? Do you know?
I can't because I can't. I mean, I don't know what was served to them. Sumner County definitely isn't going to tell me what they're serving, and the only way that they tell me anything that's being served is if they're trying to serve me.
Okay, thank you.
And
Now,
Seth, also, I want to. Oh,
where's the
sorry. You go ahead. You go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
where's that mute button? There it is. Um, and now I lost my. Thanks, Lady Freedom. You know,
Mhm.
now I kind of thought,
You're
uh,
welcome.
what, what?
Don't pay attention to chat.
Oh, I'm not. I'm literally just trying to retry. I'm trying to get my brain back together. But no, Sumner County during discovery, I might be able to find that information out, but that's further down the road.
I've got one for you, Seth.
I'm pretty sure you guys
One,
have more than one.
one that you sent me, I think it's an interesting question. It says, did your son ever speak about a doctor on base? This is from Sabrina GP in
When
the
we
know.
were in California, yes, he was seeing the doctor. He was seeing a therapist. He saw a doctor on base. He saw a therapist on base. The therapist is the one. The therapist he was seeing was the one that I did not approve of because she didn't have the proper credentials to deal with exactly what Sebastian was going through. She was a child therapist, but she was not specialized in what Sebastian was going through. She didn't have anything. Her certifications were definitely not dealing with Sebastian's chromosomal deletion or his autism or the fact that he had been essayed.
Do you think that they would let you look at that video of Sebastian at the garbage cans again? Do you think you could get a picture of that possibly, or a screenshot
They
of that
won't.
possibly?
They won't let me see any of that information. I've
Yeah,
asked before. You know,
just thought I'd throw that out. SI officer was asking that, and that was just a follow up question on something else. So I just wanted to throw that in there. You're welcome.
I mean, I'd love to have all these videos so that I could go over them.
Yeah.
Not share them, just so I could go over them and see if I can see something. Because
Does Sebastian need his glasses at all time to see?
no. Sebastian's glasses were mainly because he has what they call a lazy eye. It's not the medical term for it, but he had a lazy eye, and the glasses were supposed to help correct his lazy eye to get it to come over, and they're supposed to just strengthen up the eye muscle. They had told us that we could do surgery or we could do glasses, and I'm always up for the least invasive procedure.
Right.
Don't want it, and I mean when they told us about it, it was more like, if he has the surgery, will it correct it for the rest of And they're like, surgery won't correct it for the rest of his life. He'll have to have surgery again and again, and that's like, well, glasses then.
Yeah. That's why my parents
had a lazy eye. She had a red pen. She had surgery, and then she had a red pen that she had to use.
No, but with my hearing, I think you were right about that, because the reason why they didn't do surgery on my ear is because they said there might be technology later in the future, because sometimes you only get one opportunity to.
Yeah, and I'm. It's the same thing with with the chest plate and everything that he was wearing. It's, you could have surgery or you could do a chest plate and you have to wear it a couple years. You got a question, don't you, Betty?
Yes, I was going to say, because there was the photo that was going around with your son having the chest plate on, and I know you told me a while back that he no longer uses that chest plate. I thought it was just interesting now that you brought it up again. You might want to remind everybody he hasn't used the chest plate in a really long time, so if they have that question as well.
Parents know that we force things on our children. I'm the one that forced the chest plate on him. I'm the one that brought it up to the doctor. I'm the one that showed it to him, and they're like, well, his cartilage was growing faster than his body was, and it was just, there can be complications from it. And the whole thing was trying to get the chest plate was supposed to hold it in while the rest of it would grow out, and it was uncomfortable for him, which I can understand. It's uncomfortable. You kind of gotta wear it to get used to it, and he just pretty much refused, and it became a sore issue between him and his mom. And I mean, my whole thing was, well, just make him wear it. You know, wearing it. He's supposed to wear it for a couple hours a day and increase the time that he's wearing it until he's literally wearing it all day. And you're supposed to wear it in your sleep. And Sebastian was like, I don't want to wear it. And it's like, well, at that point in time, he ain't going to wear it. So there's nothing you can really do about it except for say, okay.
Yeah. I'm done. So you guys have a good night. But I'm going to be yawning all over you, and I know you got important stuff, and I think it's just kind of rude for me to be yawning. But my eyes are starting to water, and I'm tired. That, like I said, even if I drink coffee as strong as this coffee is, it doesn't keep me awake. When my body's ready to go to sleep, it's ready to go to sleep. So
that's because you're not drinking real coffee. You know,
I beg to differ.
Is the consistency of mud. You should be able to paint with, real coffee.
Mm-hmm. You all have a wonderful night. Thank you for answering some questions for everybody, and I know you guys will continue. I don't know. Do I have any questions of my own? Well, I guess if I had any questions of my own, I can ask you. I don't need to broadcast it. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
Thank you, Miss Betty.
Night, Betty.
Seth, I just had a follow-up question about the trash can video. So did law enforcement was telling you that they could see Sebastian. So you kind of, in the beginning, I think it was on Pascal, someone was referring to that, that you thought it was Sebastian, right? You were kind of taking their word for it, or am I misinterpreting that?
At the beginning, I took law enforcement at their word. But when I saw the video, I was just, how can you tell? This is my son we're talking about, and I can't tell that that's my son. So I kind of didn't understand how law enforcement, not knowing my child, could tell me that that was my son. And I couldn't make it out that it was him. It was too dark. It was grainy. Like I said, it's a fleeting shadow is all you really see. And I just didn't understand how they could sit there and tell me stuff. But then again, as as time has progressed, I've realized that they've told me things that aren't true.
Sure. Well, and I remember being in Pascal's chat, and everyone was like, "Well, did you get to see that trash video, or pertaining to the trash truck?" That they were saying, law enforcement was saying the lights video was a trash truck, and that's what it was in the neighborhood. And don't fret, it's just a trash truck. But then people were pointing out that where the lights were located in that video
cannot be a vehicle.
Can't, right? Because there's that big ditch, and it's the common area.
It could be a vehicle. It is surely not a trash truck.
Yeah, it's a big ass trash truck that I hear. Sorry, big butt trash truck.
Yeah, this ain't night court.
Sorry, I know. I'm trying to behave over here. No, but I appreciate you clarifying that, because I know that was part of that question, and I thought of it after the fact. So thank you.
That's fine. Jen?
Yes.
Any more questions?
Rosebud asked, Seth, will the discovery reveal more of the notes from the therapist and Sebastian's meetings, possibly?
I have all of those. I don't need discovery for those.
Okay.
And they're just as horrible as DCS.
All right.
And yes, Sumner County has them. And to me, it seems as whoever was supposed, somebody should have been going over those notes when and they should have been on it as well, and they weren't. I don't understand why they didn't reach out and talk to me, because they knew I existed too. I took him to his appointments.
Yeah.
You know, this is the doctor and the place that the mental health co-op, which is right there in Sumner County. That was his doctor that I went in, and I told him, hey, you know, I pointed out the chest. I talked to this doctor about his previous altercations in California, and she didn't even know about them. Um, so yeah, I know somebody wasn't happy about that, because they were like, well, we told them, and I'm like, well, she told me that she did not know any of this information that I'm telling her. And doctor doesn't really have a reason to lie to me. Not to mention that after I spoke to the doctor and told him everything that was going on with Sebastian prior, and then all of a sudden we had the appointment to get in to see about getting him measured for the chest plate. We started getting. That's when they started sending, you know, the lady to the house to speak to Sebastian a couple times a week. And I'd have to say that if the doctor knew about it before me saying anything, that stuff would have been happening prior.
All right.
The real
Paula
me too.
Apple, 8303. I'm sorry.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lady Freedom. Or Smiley.
The real Me Too said, isn't it true that Chris was not supposed to be there when Sebastian went missing?
The DCS records have been redacted, so they have. I couldn't answer that question, and if I did know, I still wouldn't be able to answer that question, because that would be discussing something in the DCS records that are not in the file.
Yeah, I think that's something we've, me and a lot of the other creators have went over and read, and I didn't see that anywhere factually that was put out in public. So if it's not put out, it'll either come out later on if this goes through, or it's just something Seth cannot answer. And we don't know. None of us creators know. I'm going to reiterate this. None of us creators have seen, not Betty, not me, not Justin, not nobody has saw these DCS papers. We don't know what's in them.
Freedom hasn't. Jen hasn't.
No, God, no.
I
I
have.
wouldn't. I mean, no. If we're good people, we're going to tell you not to do that, right? We're going to be like, even if. I mean, no, hell, no. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it looks like Rosebud has a follow-up question. She says, so in my understanding, you knew he was getting help to deal with the CA trauma, the California trauma. But during all that, COS reports were active but not revealed to you.
Correct. The DCS reports were, like I said, the only reason I knew about the first one was because the SRO for that school had called me, and I had to have a meeting with him, and I had a conversation with him for about 45 minutes, and then, you know, without anybody else around, he actually pulled everybody in individually and spoke to us. And that's the only reason I know anything about the first DCS report.
And that was in California, right? That was
Yeah.
in, yes.
No,
So
Yeah.
the first DCS report here in Tennessee.
Oh, in Tennessee. Okay. Just to
Is because,
clarify.
yeah, is because the SRO officer reached out and called me. They had my phone number. So he called me to the school and spoke to me about what Sebastian stated. And I told him what happened in California.
Gotcha.
Jackie T2008 asks, Seth, what were your feelings on any specific behavior interactions between Sebastian and mom shown in video at Texas Roadhouse? What were your feelings on any behavior, anything that you saw when you saw Sebastian? Was there anything that you felt or anything that you thought, I don't know, to get the egg?
Watching that video, he was not happy to be there. He wasn't happy to. It seemed like he wasn't happy to even be in her presence. I mean, he doesn't act like that when we would go out to dinner. I mean, he would be smiling, laughing. We'd have conversations, or he'd have my phone. At which point in time, I'd give him a hard time because it's like, you're over there on my phone playing video games, and I'm stuck over here watching you, and I can't even see you playing the video game.
Right.
Why don't you come over here and play on my phone with that you're doing anyways, but come over here so I can watch. And I mean, as soon as food came out, he would put my phone down, and then we'd sit there and eat, have a conversation. I just
The homicidal thoughts or whatever that was, and
that was literally reported in California. He had just been through a very traumatic incident, and he was at the school, and that's why it got reported, because he had turned around and told the teacher that he was just going to go back to the house and cut his heart out.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
And I lost it when I found out, and I chewed that school psychiatrist up and down. I screamed at the teacher. I was like, so a child says that they're going to go home, that their living environment is enough that they just want to cut their own heart out, and you send them to that environment. You don't call me for me to come pick him up, because he's not talking about it at my house. He knows where he's going when he gets out of school. He's going to his mom's house. I was highly upset and irate. But then again, in California, the teachers really don't listen to the parents. The teachers were adamant about Sebastian needing to be on medication. And I was adamant about, well, why don't you just give him a cup of coffee and let him drink that? Help. It's a temporary, but you're not giving my son medication that's going to stay in his system for days, and then he has to continue to take it for days. And I'm more about homeopathic stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want him to have stuff in his system that could change him, because you don't know how the medication is going to affect him. You don't know if it's going to, I mean, anything to do with ADHD, most of that stuff is legalized speed.
Well, and he's got the, chromosomal deletion, so it's very rare, and it's not, nobody has really, it's a genetics study, and it's very rare. So, I mean, with that deletion, we just, you just don't know.
It's
the
a chromosomal deletion.
Food.
You can't repair it.
Right.
It's something that it will take learned response, and it will take coaching on getting him to understand how to move past the personal hurdles that he's going to have in life. Medicine doesn't fix if you're missing a chromosome, or if you have an extra one. And pharmaceutical companies don't fix everything.
Right. Definitely not.
They make a lot more I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Am I supposed to be claiming the fifth on this 111 times? Or is only Fauci allowed to pull a Fauci?
Yeah, I don't.
Don't be pulling a Fauci.
Well, you know what's, I mean, he was pardoned. He was pardoned, and then he literally declared the fifth 111 times. I don't
Lisa
know.
asked, have you ever asked the neighbor to see the video?
Neighbor, when I asked to see it, Chris didn't show it to me, and the neighbor didn't even know who I was. So when I asked, the question got ignored, and Chris just, you know, he watched that video over and over and over again, and I'm like, I don't understand why you're watching it over and over and over again. I've watched it twice, and you know, when law enforcement showed it to me, I watched it twice, and I was like, I pointed out a couple different things on that video and asked them about it, and they were like, "Oh, well, we hadn't even seen that." And it's like, well, that's why you're supposed to have more eyes on it.
Right.
You have to have more eyes on it. You should have 4 or 5 people watching this video at one time, because you can't see everything that's going on in that video once. And I mean, it's like I've asked to see the lights video, and Sumner County told me they don't even have the lights video, that TBI has the lights video. Which I don't understand is how an investigating law enforcement agency doesn't have all of the evidence and information in one place. And they haven't answered that question yet either. Speaking of coffee, ladies, you go ahead and figure out what questions you guys are going to ask me. I'm going to go refill my coffee cup.
Okie doke.
And there you went. I mean,
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
He's back. He's
I
back.
want coffee. All right. I want
Be quiet. He's back.
I want coffee, and I want my son. All right.
okay, go get coffee.
There you go.
Yeah, go get your coffee. Oh my goodness.
Great questions though, right? Smiley Jen. I mean, really great
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, they really are. They're really good questions asked.
Yeah. Do y'all have the email that of the questions?
I don't have the email of the questions. I have a few questions here, but I don't have the email of what questions were asked.
Okay.
I
I
just
don't believe I do.
I just got a link and said, "Come on up."
Same.
Yes.
What about you? What about you, Lady Freedom? Do you have the email?
I don't, but I do have a couple of questions. Just one Kiki had asked. I saw a couple in the chat, tonight too. So
Yeah,
Kelly
that's
East. Kelly East, what do we need to see? I mean, I'm asking you that right now in chat, so I don't understand. Let me know.
Yeah, y'all, and please ask, your questions now. Now's the time to ask, and if he can answer them, he will.
Yeah.
yeah.
There is no age progression photo yet, Brenda.
Is that every 2 years? Do you guys know if that's? I heard something about it, the 2-year mark, and I do remember them doing it for summer around then.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. It's 2 years.
I just got a question somebody sent me. Thank you. I'll ask it.
So no complaints reported in December 23rd and January 2024. Are you talking about Narita? You must be talking about DCS complaints. No complaints.
I can't respond on that.
Yeah, he can't respond.
Okay, I just got one. They never come in anybody's chat really that I see, but they want to know, can I ask you, when did CP leave to go get the camper? And then I might add on there, do you know how long he was gone for? Was you even there at that time?
I wasn't. It was that weekend.
Okay, so it was that weekend.
Oh, I see you talking Slack there, Lady Freedom. What am I slacking on?
I didn't get the email.
That's because I didn't send you one.
I didn't get the memo. I didn't think you did. I didn't think it was in the spam folder or anything.
Well, keep looking. You'll find it.
It's somewhere in
Rosebud
there.
said, that's very interesting that TBI only has it. That tells me they are looking for something Sumner County don't have, the technology to investigate, in my opinion.
Ooh,
Maybe
great
so.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kiki was asking, can you ask him in my place who all was at the home when Sebastian went missing and he got there, like the morning, Monday morning, when you came off of work?
Pretty sure I've answered this question before.
You have.
Okay. um, are you finished? Or do you want to answer another one? Somebody's asking something else.
Sure.
Okay. They said you didn't answer before, so I don't know if you'll answer, but they said, can you say anything about Lori's arrival or departures from? They just want to know. They still want to know. They're still curious.
I can't. I mean, it's not my house. When she arrived and when she left, I don't know. I did see a question in here that somebody was asking why Sebastian didn't have friends during the summer or after school. I will tell you right now that Sebastian had friends over here. Um, Sebastian had friends when we went to D&D. But I mean, as for friends from school, he went to school in Sumner County. So his friends down there would have been friends that from school. That would have been friends going to, to his house there.
Did he ever, um, as have
Here
friends over to his house, or
he
that you
never had
know?
friends over here, as in he never had friends come over here. I would take him to go to the park to go play with people, and he was really good about, like, I probably got 10 or 15 people in my phone that are parents that we met at the park. So I don't understand why he didn't have friends there,
Right,
except for he wasn't allowed to.
right, and from what you observed and stuff like that, I mean, he seemed to get along well with kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was a kid. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why. I mean, when we went to D&D, I was, let's see, we'll count the adults, and then we'll count the children that were playing on the D&D. There was the DM, there was me, there was three, four, there was five adults, and then there was 9 children that were roughly around Sebastian's age. All right. When we played D&D, and I wasn't the only parent that showed up and let their kids play D&D. Most of the parents, there was three other parents that played, the D&D campaigns that we played, and the other parents of the children, most of them were painting miniatures out in the other room.
Yeah.
You know, so he was around kids when we went to go play D&D, so he was socializing. When we played Magic, he was playing against other adults, other children. You know, I don't understand why he didn't have. I don't understand why he didn't have friends there.
Yeah.
I can understand that they didn't allow kids to come to their house unless it was family, I guess.
Right. That's sad.
I mean, when you're doing things like, you know, I don't know. I don't. So I wouldn't have let Sebastian have friends come over to my house because my house is thoroughly a mess. But if he had asked if somebody can come over, that would have been different. So, I mean, if he had asked me if somebody could have came over, yeah. Now we definitely went to other people's houses that had kids for him to go play with them there.
Somebody wants to know what's the next steps to find Sebastian.
I mean, I'm every time I get a tip, that's going to trying to find Sebastian. I mean, it's keeping the awareness out, the flyers out, it's keeping the public interested in the fact that there's missing kids, and it's keeping them. My son's missing, so to me, it's trying to keep everybody aware that Sebastian is still missing.
Is there anything you wish supporters or those who say they are supporters would stop doing?
Good question.
I don't know. I tell you this, you know, stop being upset on who to work with. I mean, I am a thoroughly independent person, and I'm going to work with whoever I want to that I think may give me an edge up, and any type of technology, any type of, you know, reach. But when I'm already working with the FBI, I'm already working with National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. You know, do I have posters or flyers? I have flyers. I have posters too, but I'm not selling my posters. Those things are expensive. Each one of my posters were over $500.
They're beautiful posters.
You
Mm-hmm.
can't have
Sure
them.
are.
You can't have them.
Hey Seth, Jen Ward, or excuse me, Jen Lou with Ward is also asking, have you thought about building into Sebastian's Law something that alerts the public of a missing child in the interim of an Amber Alert? Which I thought that was a great question.
I am working on something as well that should correlate and work with Sebastian's Law. I just need somebody to actually pick up the phone when I call. And I saw you in my chat. Don't make me say your name. Army vet.
Army vet.
Hey, Army vet.
SIO officer. Did you ever see a video of the bowling alley the big fun day, any of it with family or not at all?
Hold on 1
Is there a
second.
video? Was there a video of the bowling alley?
Yeah, I have the video. I have the video and I have stills from the bowling alley. What do you want to know about it?
I don't know what they
Can
wanted
we
to know
see
if
it?
you've
I'm
seen
just
it.
kidding. I was
If you've
teasing.
seen the video.
I've seen it. Am I sharing it? No, I haven't shared it with y'all.
Right. That's a question. Are you sharing it?
I mean, I saw it and I saw the video, and you saw how Sebastian was, who was all in. There was only two people that I saw for the video footage and the stills I got, and it was him and his mom.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
What was I saying before that?
Mr. Rooster, I've seen this question pop up 2 or 3 times. They want to know what part of California there was ties to. I know it was just deleted, but I don't know what that means or why they keep asking that. If you want to answer it, I don't know.
Somebody just asked something. Listen, we went to Frontline most of the time. There's three magics. Well, there's four D&D, but there's two main ones that we went to. We went to Frontline over on 101st, I think, is what it is, and then we went to the one over here on Fort Campbell Boulevard, the one that they had to rebuild after the tornado went through, and that's where we go play D&D and Magic the Gathering, card games. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just kept seeing that. Sorry.
Somebody asked a question, but I was squirrel brain. A Army vet, check your phone.
Seth, the mob crew asks if you can answer, did TBI or Sumner County Sheriff's Office, um, did they tell you about the 3D scanner results? Because he says it's not something that's typically used, in his opinion, in a missing child's case. And I think that's a great question.
They did not tell me the results. They just said that they didn't find anything.
Okay, and usually I think it's just like, well, my understanding of that would be that they are preserving the crime scene for later so that they can come back and look at it. So they're just, because I guess you could use like a virtual reality to view it later, is my understanding of that technology.
I have no idea. They said that they were coming in to measure walls and everything else to make sure that there wasn't a hidden area in the house.
Oh, okay. Okay. I remember Sonny talking about that. Sonny Weatherford. Thank you. That's interesting.
I don't think they did luminol. I don't think they did any type of forensics in the house. And what's worse is that I know that they had multiple. They had a lot of dogs come in there. But there were so many people in the house, so many different scents. That, I mean, to me, they messed up the investigation. They should have done a lot of different things for my son. It should have never got to this point, but everybody's on mute.
Oh, sorry. I'm just reading through some of these questions.
Yeah, sorry.
I would
Nope.
love some bracelets. How do I go about getting them, please?
Oh,
Well, with the brace, I mean, I give those out at gatherings.
Do you believe when so many agencies are involved, it causes conflict? One hand doesn't know what the other is doing per a TBI agent, Brent Booth. Well, I can say that I've talked to different police officers and agents, and they say that the jurisdiction is a difficult thing. What do you say, Seth?
Most of the time, I would say that if they know what they're doing, they'd work well together. Um, at this point in time, so far into it, I have no faith in neither one of the agencies, Sumner County or TBI. I mean, TBI said that they were investigating this from a criminal standpoint. It was a criminal investigation for TBI, but yet TBI doesn't come and they don't do any press conferences. When they did the one press conference with Sumner County, and when that lady turned around and said nobody was being followed or threatened, it's like, well, I've given you license plate numbers, makes and models of cars that were following my followers, that were my searchers, the people that were helping hand out flyers. I gave this information to them, and this was before they did the. This was before they held their one press conference, and when she came out and stated that, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe. I just couldn't believe that she sat there and discredited the people that were being scared from handing out flyers. I mean, people were threatening people who were just handing out flyers.
That's ridiculous.
To me, I was like, how can I didn't understand how, and I don't understand how a law enforcement agency is not trying to protect the people in their community. I don't understand how, an elected official doesn't care about what their constituents think. These are the people that elected you. You need to listen to them because they're the ones that elected you. They have problems. They elect you to fix the problems that are in the community. And when you don't do that, you don't just fail yourself in your duty. You're failing your own kids because you're not trying to make your community better.
Yeah.
exactly.
Blue Angel said, "Can we meet up and have a search drive or a walk in his name? Do you
We
even think that would be safe now?"
do what?
I
What's
said,
that?
do you even think that would be safe now because of the lawsuit? I'm just asking.
Uh, I don't know. I really don't know. I've already I've already had people sending me screenshots of people threatening my attorney.
Yeah, I mean, that just popped in my head. I'm just wondering and thinking out loud. I, just things I've heard or seen. I'm just wondering if that would even be a good idea at this point. But what do I know?
Well, they're not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing.
Right. No, exactly. I understand that. But there's a lot to take into consideration. And I don't think a lot of people really understand um, that. But I know nothing's going to stop you.
You
I
know,
just had somebody in your chat when you started say Kathy said, "Hey, Smiley." Well, tell Kathy hello. But yeah, I don't think they get the gist of a lot of stuff, you know, and it's sad.
It's very unfortunate. It is. It's
It's
horrible.
But I think if something like that does occur, and hopefully, um, it shouldn't even go out that far, then it may need to go like into the cooler months when the trees start, you know, I don't know how you feel about that, but I did want to ask that question. I saw
I mean, we all know Betty don't care. Betty,
it.
you know, uh,
Yeah,
I don't care, but when I hold something, my whole thing is everybody that shows up needs to be safe.
yeah,
I can only protect people so much. The rest of it falls on your own shoulders.
yeah.
And that's why I stopped. The threats were bad enough that I stopped actually getting people together in groups because a group of people is a target. And I stopped telling people, for meeting up because they were becoming targets. And the last thing I want is people to get hurt while searching for my son.
Right.
Um, I, I want to find my son, and I don't have a problem putting myself in danger to find my son. When other people want to show up when we're doing protests and stuff like that, I'm going to try my best to make sure everybody stays safe. But, there's crazy people out there.
How do you feel other than putting up flyers respectfully can advocate without harming your son's case? What can we do? What
I'm
would be helpful in
talking
your
about Sebastian showing his flyer. I mean, those are the things that I have been told by FBI is the best thing that I can do is continue to spread his flyer and continue to keep the awareness up. And the farther those flyers reach from coast to coast to everybody is the best thing I can do.
yeah,
I mean, my FBI liaison has told me that the flyers are the reason the tips keep coming in. Well, if the flyer is the reason the tips keep coming in, we got to push the flyers out farther to more people, to everybody.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as for Sebastian's law, yeah, I'm going federal. That way, all states would have to comply with it because it'd be a federal law, and I don't want any other parent to have to go through this. I know there's parents that are going through it right now. It's it's not. It's hard to even imagine what's going on. It's,
I agree.
I don't wake up and go, "This is my life. Everybody should enjoy it." I mean, I wake up going, "Where's my son? What do I need to do to find him?"
yeah.
Can
Good.
you verify that there were cameras inside the home per Nina?
I mean, if Nina is saying there was cameras in there, it's because Chris has stated that there was cameras in there to her. I mean, Katie told me they had a camera in there.
Hey, Amara.
Seth, can you? I hate to kind of keep bouncing back, but Semper's mom is asking, and I've seen her ask before. So, and I think a lot of people want to know how they can help with Sebastian's Law. Can you break it down? What would really help you out to get that out to everybody in different states?
I'll put up a PDF so that it can be printed out. The email address to reach out to me is wearesebastiansarmy@gmail.com. And long plan made short, need multiple people from every state to be making appointments with their representatives and get Sebastian's law in their hand and get your representatives to understand that you won't be happy if it doesn't get passed. So it's got to go from one hand to another. And we have to start with in our state with our representatives to get them all on the same page to push it to the Senate.
And people are asking if there's any elected officials that are helping you. How can they help with elected officials?
I am in contact with one person here in Tennessee because he's my representative. If I reach out to a representative from Sumner that's over Sumner County area, they're not going to speak to me. Not because they don't want to speak to me. The fact is I don't live in their area. So they don't want to hear anything I have to say. It's like, it's the way politics work. If you're not in their voting area, why do they want to listen to your problems?
Seth, would Sebastian be graduating this coming up May, or I mean, next May?
Yeah.
So has his class or his teachers reached out, do you know, to Katie or anybody? For example, somebody's asking me to dedicate anything to the yearbook if he's not found, or create a scholarship, or have you thought about that? Or any awareness campaigns?
I haven't thought of, I've been contacted, and it's probably been like a year or so
Mm-hmm.
about somebody wanting to do a scholarship. I haven't even thought about that stuff. I've been trying to find my son.
I know.
You know,
And I'm guessing.
Susan Smith. I've spoken with Don Schmidt. He's a really good guy. He's fighting against a lot of corruption in Sumner County. And I wish him the best. But what I'm talking about is our representatives within the federal government, our state representatives that are in your area. Those are who need to be reached out for Sebastian's Law. Commissioners and stuff like that are great for getting things taken care of on the local level. But with Sebastian, we've got to get it up to Congress.
Okay, so get that pushed.
Now, I haven't spoken to the principal at Beach. And I don't know what they're doing. I guess obviously school's not in right now. And it's unbelievably hard every time I go to Sumner County. And
I'm sorry.
there's nothing for you to apologize for.
It's just heartbreaking, man.
Just
Yes, it is.
Can you ask U.S. Marshals to find Sebastian?
I have spoken to the U.S. Marshals. They're kind of limited on what they can do because of Sumner County.
I think that goes back to, and correct me if I'm wrong, but whoever's in charge of the investigation, they have to invite, unfortunately, the
The
outside.
person who's in charge
Yeah.
of the investigation is the person that would be telling them what to do, what
Mhm.
they'd like from them.
Yep.
I don't know if a federal judge can what they can do, but that's it's one of the reasons for the lawsuit. It's
Yep.
one of the reasons for the filing is to see if I can get the case moved. Because I'm tired of hearing the same generic thing from Sumner County. You know, when I'm out there, they don't want to talk to me. I want to ask them questions. I want to know where my son is. What are you doing to find my son? They don't. They're not willing to answer those questions.
Well, and Paula was asking, did you ever get a reason, or what was the reason given for no one contacting you? Have they ever like said anything like we're sorry we didn't contact you, or did they give you a reason? She's wondering.
They haven't given me any reason. I haven't talked to them. There's been no communication.
It's wild. It's wild to think.
Allison, are you talking about Jackson, Mississippi? Or Jackson, Tennessee?
Yeah, Sonia says they had the gall to tell Seth to fill out an application if he wants answers, and I heard that with my. I mean, I think I might have even been live when that was said. You know.
We all know that Sumner County has nothing but contempt for me. And I don't care. I don't care who hates me, who likes me, or anything. I want to find my son. Finding Sebastian is my only goal. I have other side quests that I'm working on. Sebastian's Law is one of them because what I'm going through, I don't think any parents should be going through what I'm going through. And the
No,
only
and no child should be in the house left there, to fend for themselves when he's literally telling them, I'm scared and I don't know what's going to happen. And just to think that he was going through that is absolutely heartbreaking. I mean, there's no other way to think of it. Think about how Sebastian was feeling. Think about how he must have felt. Um, Having to stay there after he was so brave to come forward and try to get some help, and twice that we know of per the paperwork they left him there to fend for himself, not contacting his father, and he told DCS that he felt safe and he has a father. um, I don't know, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I mean, uh, I don't know if somebody please let me know if she's talking about Jackson, Tennessee, because I can meet her there with flyers.
Yeah,
I
she said Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay, because I'm not chat's moving too fast for me to keep up with stuff in there as well and pay attention to things that are being asked. I'm sorry, I don't sleep much, so sometimes my brain's pretty addled. And
Please don't be sorry, Seth.
just try to keep it together.
It's okay, Seth. Is there any way that we could go through like change.org? Maybe something like that for Sebastian's Law?
From what was explained to me, but besides of how many actual people you need to have on it, it might be different if we're doing with like a with Sebastian's Law and wanting it to be a federal law. Because I know I put in a thing into there about getting signatures to get it moved over to the FBI.
Yeah, because
And
I think 10,000 gets to representatives, right?
I don't. I'd have to look at their rules and regulations within it. Um, I've been doing this pretty much the old-fashioned way of phone calls and emails, and I I was told that for any of these, there has to be your name, your address, all that sort of information needs to be put down for if you're doing a if you're my brain is not functioning and I'm not remembering the word petition. Yeah, to be petitioning for something within the state has to, yeah, you have to have your name, your address, you have to be in the area that you're taking it to the representative. I just don't know if an online petition is going to work, or how many signatures are going to be needed if they're literally going to actually push it. I mean, I've lost a lot of faith in a lot of things in the last 2.5 years on how things are supposed to work. And a lot of the stuff that I'm pulling from is literally civics and government from 11th grade. Okay. That was a while back. Um, Longer than it's longer for Jen, but just got to be able to get to the right people. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to get to the right people by what I continue to push.
Yeah, I guess it would be like Amara said, she Googled it, 10 to 100,000, but we could get those. We could get those signatures.
The Well, if we started the online petition, the only thing I ask is nobody starts an extra one.
Right.
I started the online petition to get Sebastian's case moved from Sumner County to to federal, to get the FBI to take it, and then there was like 3 others that were started
Amen.
after I started mine, and it's like, well, all the signatures are going to other ones instead of the one I started. Everybody needs to be on the same page.
Can you
So
say that a little bit louder?
Yeah.
here,
Let me mute.
I mean, everybody's got to be on the same page. So if I start it, I will share it on my YouTube. I will post it on my YouTube. But everybody's got to stay with that one post. Everybody has to, we have to focus. Light through a magnifying glass in order to make something burn. Did we go through all those questions?
We didn't go through all of them, but we went through a majority of them.
I was
There
going
was
to
some
say,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, there was some more that I could.
I will say I saw this in the chat. Person comes in and says, I came here for information on Sebastian. They came here for updates. The only update you're ever going to get from me is if I found Sebastian, or if I haven't found Sebastian. I mean, I can't tell you what I am doing behind the scenes until I'm ready for people to see it. Because if anybody's been paying attention, it's me versus that county. That county doesn't like me. The county never even informed me of what was going on with my son. There's some messed up stuff in that county. And I honestly believe that, you know, a lot of it has come from the step monster that was residing with where my son lived.
Yeah, Mara, you know that county is corrupt. You already know.
You know, and I will definitely put this out there. If you live in that county and you're and you're open about critiquing them, please be careful. Because they don't play by the rules. They make up their own rules.
Well, that's what's scary. That's what's really scary. Um,
I mean, honestly, Sumner County, I don't care if you follow me around when I'm driving into Sumner County or around Sumner County. I use my turn signals, I do the speed limit, I wear my seatbelt, and all my stuff is up to date. Thank you. And I do appreciate the escort you do give in following me around. I just don't know if you guys are going to shoot me or not. And then lie about it because your body camera is not working or something.
Stevie33 asked, why did Katie cancel a doctor's appointment for Sebastian a couple days before he went missing? And Cheryl Barbane, 91, was asking if the appointment was canceled or rescheduled.
The appointment wasn't rescheduled. And she didn't give them a reason why she canceled it. And therefore, I don't know why she canceled it. Because she didn't even bother to tell me that she canceled it.
Was there ever any therapy sessions with the parents, or was it always just with Sebastian?
The lady would come to the house and literally just work with Sebastian. Mm-hmm. She would speak to me when she came here or when she was doing it over the phone, because sometimes she did it over the phone with Sebastian. She would speak to me, and my question to her is, are we having improvements? Are you seeing noticeable improvements with him?
And is it true that Cajun Navy was threatened? And if so, do you know from whom they were threatened?
I do know who initially threatened them. There is a what is it? A horse ranch in Sumner County. Those were the initial people that threatened them.
The ranch right there by his house,
Yep.
the horse ranch.
That's
because Lady Freedom had put up a thing from the spokesperson, the vice president of Cajun Navy, and he was saying that not even the law enforcement wanted to find Sebastian.
Yeah, I know. I saw those posts. And
so did the law enforcement ever harass them?
Law enforcement, they contacted Sumner County to tell them about the threats. Sumner County said, well, that's out of our jurisdiction. You need to call Davidson County. So, from my understanding, they turned around and filed the reports with Davidson County.
It's interesting. They were in Davidson County when that occurred, and so it was under their jurisdiction?
Correct.
Not Sumner. Okay, thank you.
That's what was told to me. Yes, I saw what the VP of Cajun Navy put out there, and I immediately called Todd. And I sent him those. I was like, what is your VP saying? Because I want to find my son. And if he's going to put out general things about parents, he better explicitly say which ones, because he doesn't need to include me in that shit. Excuse my language. Stuff. And I haven't heard back from Todd Terrell.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some clarification on that.
It would be. Todd, my phone number is still the same. Give me a call. And of course, Sebastian, if you see this, I am looking for you. My phone number is still the same. Call me, son. I need to come get you. I don't care what it takes to come get you. I just need to know that you're alive and where you're at, and I'll be there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, let me just take care of that. I forget that I can mute you all. So I forget that I can do that.
Chasing True Crime was asking when they did the FAST with all of those people. Can you confirm they never reached out to you for a potential placement?
DCS has never spoken to me.
Thank you. And then also she's asking, did you become aware of more of the DCS stuff after the FAST, the 2.0 in March, after Sebastian, the March 1st to 5th?
The first time I heard that DCS was involved here was my son in Tennessee, was when Christopher Proudfoot was on a podcast talking about, this was the second time this lady had been here. That was the first time I had heard about DCS.
Wow.
Listening to a podcast, listening to some subhuman talk about DCS being at the house for the second time, and it was the same lady. When that was, no parent should find out from a YouTube podcast that DCS has been just involved with their child's life. No parent should ever get that type of information that way.
Yeah, that's no way to find out. I mean, you don't want to find out anything like that, and but that's definitely not a way to find out.
No, it's not, Jen, and no parent would want to be in that position. None of us would want to find out that way, and that would be just so horrible. I mean, Diane was asking, now that these filings have been submitted to the courts, what's next? What's the next step, or what happens next? Excuse me.
Well, there's several different things when it comes to federal court. Our next meeting is supposed to be November 12th at 10 p.m.
AM, right?
I'm sorry, AM. Yeah.
No worries. That's what we're here for.
And from my understanding, that is to put all the attorneys on the same page with everything that's going on, and for the judge to respond to anything that is trying to dismiss. And then from there, I think what was told to me was 21 days after that meeting is when they should have everything filed, if they're trying to dismiss it and stuff like that.
Mandy, Spirit Seeker Squad wants to know, can you clarify when you took a polygraph test? Was it just on Nancy Grace, or did you take one from Ellie also?
I only took the one from Nancy Grace. I volunteered TBI in Sumner County, and they told me there was no reason for me to take one. If they still wanted me to take one, I'd take one. I don't care. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't have a problem volunteering to take the one from Nancy Grace.
Yeah, glad you did. Glad you did. I'm looking through these questions, making sure we got them.
Well, I see the one that just came in from Lisa. Uh, the next thing that I plan on doing is reaching out to the Department of Transportation in all the states and see if I can get them to actually put Sebastian's flyer up behind the plastics at all the rest stops, or if they will allow me to. If they allow me to, then I will be doing a lot more driving, and you guys might see me on the road. I might go live if that turns into something that I need to do. If they're not willing to do it, or if they're willing to let me do it.
That'd be cool.
There'll be a lot of pictures being taken. I had to go put flyers on every one of the welcome to this state, and there's a flyer.
I think that would do you a world of good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You
Choo
guys
choo's mommy.
tried to get me to go have fresh air. You realize that was like 100 degrees, right?
I can only tell you from experience, it would be good for you. It's good for the
That's
soul.
outside it. I mean, outside may be classified as fresh air, but when you go outside and you're taking a nice deep breath of what feels like just came out of your oven, you know, that's not fresh. That's just heated. Okay, and you know, the humidity's been horrible too.
It has been horrible.
It needs
Choo
more rain.
choo's mommy asked, we were told that residential homes were considered in November 2022. Seth didn't want Sebastian sent out of state. Is that correct?
Say that again.
We were told Choo Choo's mommy. We were told that residential homes were considered in November 2022. Seth didn't want Sebastian sent out of state. Is that correct?
I didn't have a problem with him. Listen, when they reached out to me about this stuff, the first thing I'm thinking of is what's he going to do for the summer? I'm thinking summer program, a month or
Right.
whatever. I did it. My parents, it's not that they said, but I was in scouts. So for the whole summer, I was up in the mountains doing mountain scouting, you know. So learning the native plants, knowing what they can do, learning how to tie knots, learning how to, use a whittle knife, learning how to start fire, learning how to cook over an open flame, you know, li- living in a bungalow with, five other kids, singing Kumbaya at night while, one of the camp counselors strumming, on a guitar. So to me, when I'm looking at these places, I told the lady, I was like, it has to have animal therapy. They have to have horses. They have to have at least some type of faith-based application, because I believe in God. And, in the long run, God is your best friend. He's always there to listen. He may not say anything back, but he's always there to listen. And these were my resequence. These are things that I wanted where he went. And every place that it was, they wanted anywhere from 5 to 10 grand. I didn't know that Chris and Katie, like, I understand that we're gonna have to work together to put him in one of these places for this. But to me, again, it was for the summer. I'm not thinking it's a big big deal. Then they were talking about putting him when they told me what I was just like, no, you got to do your research on these places. And that's why when I spoke to the lady that helped me get all those, sent me the email, those were the places that she recommended. You know, the kids liked it. Kids had good reviews for these places. That's who you really want to listen to, the kids, not, not the people that work there, not, you want to listen to how the kids feel afterwards, how they felt before, how they felt afterwards. Did they like the programs? Was there enough, to keep them entertained? Did they learn anything? So I did not have a problem with him going somewhere for the summer. I mean, we were all kids at one point in time, except for maybe Smiley. But what child?
Stop.
What
I was
child?
laughing, but I was muted.
What child doesn't want to go away for the summer, away from their parents? I mean, to have that freedom is what I was looking at. The fact that I was looking at places where they're going to take care of my son, that his well being is top priority. And again, I was just thinking it was going to be for the summer. That's why these that I sent were all temporaries. They're 2-3 month programs. It's I was thinking maybe a little bit of freedom away from both me and his mom and Tennessee, and away from things that you know, and he could go be around people his own age and be. I mean, he loves animals. That's why they had to have animal therapy. Horses are great for animal therapy.
Oh yeah, I agree, and I think a lot of us did that. I had Girl Scout camp, cheer camp, volleyball camp, so I think a
Uh,
lot of us did that growing up.
I mean, it builds character.
Yes, absolutely. And horse therapy is great for autism. Be around any animal's great.
Not any animal, okay?
Well, that's
Camels spit,
true.
llamas bites, and ostriches will attack you too.
Well, and some people, animal, you definitely don't want to be around.
Well,
Just saying.
you got to watch out for grizzly bears and pumas, rattlesnakes. I don't think those are good animal therapy.
Oh yeah, a couple of people asked, was Sebastian on SS? Well, one said SSDI, another one was asking about disability checks. So I don't know if that's the same thing or
I
how that
believe
all.
that's the same thing. I have not heard back. I know that he had 10 care. I know that I get all the messages for that stuff now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know that he was on it in California, but after the divorce, Katie told me that they took him off of it.
Hmm.
That the state took him off of it or whatever it was.
Oh, because it didn't transfer to Tennessee.
Well,
No.
no, this was before moving to Tennessee. What was told to me was with me no longer being in the house, Katie made too much for Sebastian to be on SSID.
Oh.
That hurt.
I'm gonna beg to differ, but that's just my opinion. SSI and SSDI is two different things, but I'm gonna
Okay.
beg to differ. That I had asked that earlier when I was in Justin's chat when I was rudely interrupted by Chris pulling me off that live. And yeah, I think people was stunned and their mouth dropped to the floor when I asked that. I think that ruffled a few feathers when I said, I hope you stop this check." But anyway, yeah, and then by you saying he had 10 care, listen, I don't think he would get TennCare without getting some kind of assistance. But that's just my opinion and my opinion only. But either
I
way,
do know that every time I tried to put insurance on him, Katie would throw a fit. Like, my insurance is pretty good. I work for the county.
yeah,
My insurance is pretty good, and they did not want me putting insurance on Sebastian. They said that it interrupted what he was receiving from the military and what he was receiving from the state.
yeah. And it don't matter. Sebastian deserved everything he could get. Listen, everything he could get.
Oh
My
I,
yeah.
beef, yeah,
I
my beef is.
they finally diagnosed him with autism, so I could get
Mhm,
ABA therapy for him. I was
absolutely.
fighting for that one the whole time we were in California, and I couldn't get a pediatrician or a therapist to even help me with that.
Do you think that's because it mirrors some of the symptoms of the chromosome deletion?
I
Do you
think the
think that may?
chromosomal deletion mirrors autistic traits.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense.
Hey, Mr. E.
Is Mr. E in here?
Yeah,
Well,
Mr. E
Yeah.
Oh,
is in
hi,
chat.
Mr.
Hey, Mr.
E.
E.
it's probably Mrs. E.
Or
Miss
Mrs.
E.
Hello,
E.
Mrs.
E,
E.
e
and
family.
Hello,
you fam-
hello.
The E family is in the house.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. E. My prayers still go out to y'all.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Choo Choo's mommy is asking, when did the status Title IV occur? And I know that's in the paperwork, but I think it's pretty. I mean, it's short, but it's lengthy. There's a lot in it.
Yeah, I'm. If the date is not in the filing, I'm not allowed to put that out.
Yeah, the exact date is not. I don't believe, like, not specifically. Uh, oh, Paula wants to know if people can come out to support the court date. I'm thinking they probably wouldn't let anybody in there, but that's just my
From
thought.
from my understanding, and I can contact my attorney and get it re-verified, but I don't think that is going to be open to the public. I believe that this November 12th thing is just literally judge, plaintiffs, and defendants.
Yeah, as far as I'm from what I read, it would be just like phone calls. Uh, but the jury trial, I think, is what they're talking about, maybe,
Oh
We
yeah.
we don't know when that's
or if
we
that's yeah,
we've got a long way to go before we can get there.
yeah,
And I mean, that's our hope, is to get there. And the fact
right,
is that filing filing these lawsuits is to bring, for me, is to bring awareness to what these agencies are doing.
right.
Yeah,
I'm
because I
very
mean, people.
curious as to what exactly took place in the parent-teacher conference between KP and CP that made the teacher feel uncomfortable.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
The parent-teacher conference, what made the teacher feel so uncomfortable?
I have no idea. I mean, I talked to all the teachers.
During the parent-teacher conference is what they're talking about. What made him feel so what made the teacher feel uncomfortable?
And where are they getting that information from?
I don't know.
Me either.
That was just a question that was asked to you.
I
No.
think it was in the emails in Justin's live, if I remember correctly. And sorry if I misspeak on that, but I think that's.
Girl mom. True that.
I mean,
About the way Chris behaved at the parent teacher, because that's, I mean, that's been a big thing. People talking about what he was, how he was acting in the parent teacher conference. That's been a lot of chatter.
Mhm.
well, we all see how he acts. You know, whoever raised him should be ashamed.
Right. I think that's what the email was talking about was uh, like that they were appalled that they kept on blaming you and never taking responsibility for their own part in it. They just kept trying to like focus on. That's what I remember anyway from that.
I never saw the letter, and I vaguely remember when 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 Justin brought that up. But I mean,
Yeah, girl mama's saying it was the English teacher.
I have no idea. I mean, parent teacher conferences were normally to update his IEP. You know, that's when we were addressing certain things with teachers about, you know, Sebastian's behavior. What we'd like to, and most of the time when we went had IEPs, it's what we would like as parents like to see them work on. Now, I will tell you that their percentage rating is low, and I asked them to raise the percentage rating. I wanted him to be able to do the things that he was being asked at like a 90% level instead of, I think it was a 70% that they were working on. And they were like, he's meeting the 70%. And I was like, well, then up the percentage, make it, 90. I want my son to be on the same level with all the other kids.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
If you guys any more questions, I'll be right back though.
I'm looking through to see.
Or you three ladies communicate.
Yeah, I'm just reading through some of these too as well. Yeah, he said also, I see that question. I don't know where it just went, but we done asked him that question, what Chris was wearing when he come in, and he don't remember, because he was concentrating on everything that was going on. But I did follow up with, if anybody didn't hear us just coming in, I followed up with, was Chris playing with the little dogs in the floor? Because that's what he told me on my interview. And he said no, he was never playing with the dogs that he saw while he was there the entire time. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. I know a lot of people are worried about that. I saw in Hindsight's live, excuse me, her short, and I never noticed it before. But when Chris was asked about where he was, he says, "I was in, Memphis." His exact words. But he started scratching at his forearms, and I don't know, when things are healing up, and that interview was like 8 days in
Yeah.
to Sebastian's disappearance. Yeah, like how it kind of gets itchy when you have like scratches or a scab. But I
Yeah.
never noticed that he was itching like that, so it stood out to me.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering if he wore long sleeves to cover it up, so in case if the police was there, they would notice the, you know, whatever marks was on there. Let me just put it like that, so they wouldn't
Hmm.
question him. You know what I'm saying? If they
Oh
thought
yeah.
Sebastian was a runaway, so that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and Rosebud says it's interesting that he acknowledged the marks on his arm in your
Well,
interview.
yeah, he didn't really have a choice. He even said I stumped him with that question. He said something to the effect, I didn't think you could stump me, but with that one you actually did, or something to that effect.
Right. Oh, yeah. And I know a lot of people talk about the nudging when Chris and Katie were interviewed by Holly Thompson.
Yeah,
Yeah, that girl from Bama says, I'm curious why Katie would nudge him with her elbow during that, and I think that's a really hard one. That would just be purely speculative, but I know a lot of people have talked about that or asked.
right.
So yeah, that's that's interesting. Um,
Yeah. So Spirit Mandy said till he met Smiley. Honey, I didn't know what was gonna fall out of my mouth that night. I still look back at it and go, Lord, honey.
it's interesting though because I forgot that's why he flew up and had you go live. Because I was trying to think back and remember why that was. I knew it was an impromptu kind of thing, and that it was because of that the question about SSI.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, I was on Justin's with him, Josh, and Trevor Lee, and it was actually Katie, I believe, that come in there, or Chris Undercut. I don't even know, but it was Katie's. And listen, anything's liable to fly out of my mouth, but that was something that kept weighing on my mind. And they were all like, I can't believe you asked that question. I mean, it was like, I just blatantly asked. I'm just like, I hope you stop the Social Security check. And the next thing
Right. Well, I
I
mean,
was
I think it's
summoned over, and I'm like, oh crap, I done did it now. That's what I was
yes.
thinking, honestly.
Well, it's a valid question because we always know that money can be a big motive, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's fair to ask something like that because you just never know.
Mandy said, Smiley don't care. I don't care. Listen, sometimes I'm surprised at what flies out of my mouth. I'm going to be honest with y'all to be, frank with you. But yeah.
No, I respect that so much.
Did we
Uh,
lose Jen?
yes, Jen just fell off.
She fell off.
Yeah, she just fell. One
Need a
minute she
rope?
was here, the next she wasn't. I don't know.
Seth, quit lying. You kicked her off.
I
Right?
did not.
Smiley.
Are you trying to tell us something? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I sorry. Nature called. I had to go. My bad. All right.
That's the coffee talking, right? That's the kicking in.
I don't think it was the coffee. I think it's.
Lolo, I don't like that name.
I would say that it was probably more along the lines of the last time I ate. You know.
That's funny. I know there was another question too that somebody was just asking. Oh, sorry.
Not mine this time. Not mine.
I know that's Django. He heard somebody pulling in the driveway, I think, and now he's like, wait a minute.
Oh,
Sometimes y'all be thinking I'm killing my dogs if somebody's pulling in the driveway.
Yeah, that's why he sounds like somebody's hurting him, but it's just because he's excited.
Yeah. I I have one, it's my son's dog, and he like, oh my God. It's like, really?
yes.
Please, Seth.
Casper.
Okay.
I was on his emergency contact list.
Yep,
Okay.
that's the one.
Wow. Juju, I think I just answered that 3 times. Seth has answered it 3 times. Not to be rude, but he don't know. I can let him answer now. Can
What?
you answer that? Did Chris have on long sleeves when he
I
came home?
don't remember.
Okay. See, it wasn't just Smiley saying that. I wasn't answering for nobody. I asked the question.
It is a good question. It'd be hard to remember everything like that, every detail, because what a stressful situation. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't even know if I would be able to. Yeah, and I have a good memory, but
yeah.
and Vanilla Bean was asking, has anybody, like, since the lawsuit's been filed, has anybody been able to be reached for a comment? And I haven't heard anything, but you know, I think everybody's been saying they can't speak on open litigation.
Yep, that's pretty much what the agencies are saying.
Yeah,
Though,
yeah, that's typical.
though, I think it's kind of interesting because I did the interviews a week before the paperwork was filed.
Oh, that's right. I know it's TV time, right? It's the magic of TV, because you do the interview and they don't air it until whenever they air it.
Yep, they did not air it until after it was filed. So, you know, kind of makes me wonder how they knew there was going to be open litigation before it was filed. I'm looking to see if I have, like, a fly on the wall here.
go go do some old fashioned police work and check your lampshades and the
Have any? Don't keep
win-
lampshades around, okay? People like
win-
stuff on
window
the.
seals.
I've got cameras everywhere, so you know. But yeah, I want to see what they're going to do. I mean, I'm hoping for the best from the filing. I'm hoping that it opens up some more information that can lead me to finding Sebastian.
Right. I think that's another thing that's important in the filing too. Like, everything else aside, but that's what you're really asking for in both filings, is to get a new investigation, find Sebastian.
That's it's the only goal is to find Sebastian. I want them to do their job and I want them to find my son. It's been 2.5 years. If the county where he went missing isn't even, if those agencies aren't informing the public that the child is still missing, and you got people going around to local businesses and telling them that the child's been found, you could take the flyer down. I mean, let use your own deductive reasoning. That doesn't make sense. I mean, I've been told some things here in Clarksville, hey, it's been over 2 years. We're not going to keep the flyer up anymore. If you haven't found him, he's not going to be found. Like any parent ever wants to hear that about their missing child. But again, company policy versus, mom and pop store that puts it up because they have kids, they understand, but companies don't. Companies only care about the income that they're bringing in. They don't, you know, they're not too many too many corporate policies for their company, and their locations are in communities where they don't know what's going on in their community. That's a gap that needs to be bridged, but it's not going to be bridged. Corporations don't think about that.
No, they don't, unfortunately. They don't. Seth, do you know? I know there's a lot of talk about the construction area. Has there been any talk, like, lately, or maybe even ever, about ground penetrating radar? near the construction site? Like, was that used at all?
No, the only time that Jennifer said she's tired and she's going to sleep.
Good night, Jen.
Good night, Jen.
I'm pretty sure she's gonna be upset because I used her full name.
Haha, she's in trouble then. That's what I
She's
think.
not in trouble,
My whole name.
you know. It's when you hear your first, your middle, and your last name that's when you know that you're in trouble. Uh,
Deep shit is what that means to me. See, and I said shit and not the other. See, I'm trying.
yeah, you're in deep, deep, deep doo doo when you hear all of your names.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's either that or it's an emergency. But it's like, I mean, I hardly ever called Sebastian Sebastian. I have my own little nicknames for him. Which he never liked. He didn't like it when I call him my Padawan or my mini me or any of that sort of stuff. He was just like, Dad, that is not my name. My name is Sebastian. And I'm like, yeah. All right,
Oh,
Sebastian Wayne.
What made Sebastian laugh the most?
great
Oh, he's
question.
extremely ticklish. Extremely, extremely ticklish. Like on an average morning, like say a Monday morning, I've had him all weekend, and school is obviously on Monday. I'd wake him up in the morning knowing that I have to drive him from here all the way down to beach, and of course he's going to want to ride the school bus. So, and I'm going to get him back to his mom's house before school, and I would just go in there and start tickling the ever living daylights out of him until I would tickle him until I heard I've got to pee. At which point time, all right, there's the bathroom's open, and that was it. From there, it's like, hey, use the bathroom. What do you want for breakfast?
Oh my goodness, I hate being tickled. So I'm like,
I do too. That's the worst
you do,
thing.
Smiley. I know, I hate it. I'm like, don't do it. But my dad used to tickle too,
But you
So
could
he'd be
be
like,
so
oh, I'm
mad.
like, stop.
Hey, listen,
You
you
know?
may not like it, Sebastian. He. It's not that he didn't like it because he never told me that he didn't like it. But the fact
Right.
is that there's nothing better in this world than hearing Sebastian giggle uncontrollably.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
That's
I
why my
mean,
dad liked to do it. Of course, he liked to, hear me laugh.
the fact is that we all know that some people are just not morning people and don't want to get up
Yep.
in the morning. And we all know that if you have kids, they give you that stink eye in the morning when you're trying to wake them up because they don't want to get up. And it was the best way to put him in a good mood. I just tickle the living daylights out of him until I gotta pee. Okay, go pee. You know.
Aw.
Yeah. Oh.
And then from there, it's he goes to use the bathroom, and I start. Hey, what do you want for breakfast this morning? Do you want eggs? You want eggs and toast, oatmeal? I mean, talk to me. What do you want? And start making breakfast while he's using the bathroom, washing his face, brushing his teeth, whatever he's going to do, get dressed for, and I mean, it was almost like it was a routine because I did it all the time. In California, when it was time for him to get up for school, just tickle him until he said he had to pee. Well,
It's a
go.
dad thing. It's
It
definitely
is.
a dad thing because my mom wasn't the one to do that. It was always my dad. He's like, yeah, I'm like,
Oh,
stop. Especially when I got older, then I'm like, ah, you know, drop me
well,
off down the block, pretend like
yeah, I don't want to see anywhere with my parents. Dropping on the moon. I'll hitch from here to get to school. You know,
yes, yes, exactly.
Oh.
but it was just I felt to me it was always It was the way that I like to wake him up because I got to hear the best thing in the world, and I got to see the smile on his face, and it kind of it puts him in a better mood. You know, you wake up laughing, and all that stuff, and then it's time to eat some food and get ready for school.
Yeah.
And I would do it in California before school. I mean, hey, it's time to get up. I don't want to get up. Okay, okay. Well, there's ways around that I don't want to get up. What's Katie doesn't like to be tickled either. Um, she actually gets very, very angry and mean when you do that to her. And I learned, obviously, but Sebastian found it hilarious that that his mom was ticklish. But she was adamant about that. I mean, he would go up to tickle her feet, and don't you touch me.
Oh, my feet are the worst. That's where my dad would always tickle my feet, and I can't stand people even touching my feet. So then I'm like, don't, and I probably, I feel that. I feel that from Katie. It's like, don't touch it. Don't touch my feet.
I mean,
Oh, that's funny though, because kids do that though. They like go up there like, I'm gonna get her, you know what I mean, type thing. I'm gonna get mom, you know.
yeah,
So
we're
what?
still live, Christy Smith.
Hey,
All
Christy.
right, Mr. Rooster, I appreciate you coming in.
Hey, Christy, Mr. Rooster.
So what would you say to families who unfortunately have to just start this journey and is going through this?
Great question.
There's a lot that could be said, but it's you're not prepared. You'll never be prepared mentally. Um, I recommend several notebooks, pens, because you're going to be writing down a lot of information. You're going to, hope that you have a strong foundation within your relationship with your spouse, or the, the child's other parent. And I'd say I hope you have a strong foundation with God.
Is there anything you wish you would have done different or changed as far as
Oh,
this whole?
there's a lot, but there's not a rule book for this. I mean, there are some creators that I wish I had never even went up on their panel. Would I change what I did? Not knowing what I was doing? You know, no, no. I mean, there's some creators that I wish I wasn't associated with at the beginning, but the fact is that social media is one of the easiest ways to get out that somebody is missing.
Right.
And YouTube, Facebook, X, I mean, they all have to be utilized for the proper purpose.
What are some of the good resources that you came across or that you found to be helpful to you that maybe somebody would? I hate that anybody's in that situation, but I think Smiley's got a good question there.
I mean, your best resource, your child went missing. So you should be able to rely on the agencies involved. unfortunately, I haven't been able to rely on them because as soon as I found out about the DCS records, then I knew that they had already been involved and they didn't do anything. And then, knowing that they didn't do anything, I lost faith. I lost faith I had no good faith, no goodwill when it came to them. I mean, they didn't like the fact that I spoke condescendingly about them and called out their egos and stuff like that. If that makes a person stop doing it, then they shouldn't be in that type of position anyways. It shouldn't matter if you like a person or not. The child is missing and the child is all that matters.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't really, I mean, there's EquiSearch was in it. We had Cajun Navy in it, you know, but there's so many outside variables. Like Cajun Navy didn't start getting the threats until JLR decided to go on his platform and tell everybody that it's the fake Cajun Navy and it's not the real Cajun Navy. That's where people are wrong. That's not using your platform to help find a child.
Yeah, that just creates a lot of confusion, and I think that sometimes people don't realize like that there's trolls that do those things, like purposely come into a chat, derail the conversation, or purposely try to derail efforts. Like, at the end of the day,
Listen,
they're boots on the ground. I mean, if there's two United Cajun Navies, I mean, who cares?
and there's not
I'm
that's
just saying, yeah. Sorry.
Froggy. I was on news medias. I was on what? I was on there with. I did local news. I did national news. What it's News Nation. There was articles that were posted in the newspapers. I mean, I used everything that I had that was available to me to try to get it out. But you're telling me that bigger news agencies to be notified. You know, if I do it, I mean, I know that it was clear on news channels in California. But the fact is that NBC, CBS, you know, a lot of them don't even touch it unless it's going to bring, unless they're going to get a lot of watch hours because they're working off an algorithm too. And we all know that mainstream media is about doing what's best for them, not about what's doing best for, you know, the people. I don't know what more to say about that. I mean, I want everybody to know that what Sebastian looks like and that he's missing so that if anybody can see him, you know, yeah, I've been News Nation, Nancy Grace. I mean, anybody that wanted to do an interview with me, I did an interview with.
Yeah, I think that's really difficult to reconcile, and I see a lot of things in the
Yeah,
chat,
I was on Court TV. I was on Vinnie Politan's. I mean,
Mhm. Yeah.
Froggy, the worst part is that there's still people that don't know that my son is missing in 2.5 years.
The
Oh,
sad part, yeah, and the sad part is right there in Sumner County. Some people don't even know he's missing. And that's the sad part. And maybe, in my opinion, if his own mother would get out and put up and try, the people that need to know would know. And the sad part is, some people there even think he's been found. How sad is that?
Well, you know,
Very.
I tell you what, after the Cajun Navy put out, you know, after they put out that stuff on Facebook or wherever it was at, it was just like they didn't know what I knew from the DCS reports, but they were right. They're right when they say there's people in law enforcement that don't want my son found because their actions speak louder than their words. And, you know, two birds flying over at me while I'm protesting the fact that they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And there's so much
Exactly.
false information. I mean, it. You know how many times I've had to you know how many times I've attempted to correct people and yet they don't want to listen to what I'm saying. And if you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, at least I hope that you listen that my son's not found and that he's still missing.
True.
Well, and
And
you've said it over and over too that, there's no sides. It's about Sebastian. It's Team Sebastian, Sebastian's army. I mean, how many times can you just continue to reiterate the same thing? If it's not sinking in, then there's, I mean, it's it's Jenny Machete says it's sad and frustrating.
it is. Mandy wants to know, do we know if Chris was being honest about the dogs hitting by the dam like he told Nerdy Addict?
Say that again, Smiling. My bad.
That's okay. Do we know if Chris was being honest about the dogs hitting by the dam like he told Nerdy Addict?
If Chris was breathing, I'd check to make sure that he's actually breathing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't I don't trust that man. And calling him a man is actually a disservice to actual men in the world.
So you haven't heard anything about the dogs hitting over at the dam?
No,
Okay.
no, he wasn't alone when he left to go get his camper. That's right, Chris. I know you weren't alone. I know who was in your truck. Now you got to wonder who in your truck actually talked to me.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't your mama. And she was in your truck too. And no, I don't know where your mother was Sunday. I asked about Monday morning. I really just
Exactly.
despise you, Chris. You know, your best bet is to dig yourself a hole and cover it up with dog shit.
Now isn't the dam as far away? Mr. E is saying the dam's far away and close to the rudder. So I thought it was like 7 miles away from the house, and to be barefoot and get all the way over there, and it wouldn't.
Don't believe my son. My son would. It's just too many things that I know about my son, and their stories don't mix.
Right. I mean, none of it makes any sense, and that's why we're all like, wait a minute. And there's so much speculation on top of the fact that law enforcement isn't being transparent. They're not coming out and making public statements to allow for people to refer back to their statements. That's what really makes it difficult. And then to confuse the situation, I still don't understand why Chris would go to someone who's never covered Sebastian's case before and tell them that type of information. I'm confused about that as well. But And then nobody would have saw him on camera. Exactly, Mr. E. Yeah, no one would have. No, I mean, I think people would. Excuse me. I think people would see him on camera, but yet we don't have any evidence of that.
Yeah, there's no video proof that Sebastian ever left that neighborhood. And what people don't, where my mind goes is there's no video evidence he ever left the neighborhood, then this means there's a possibility that he is still in that neighborhood. I mean, it makes sense. No video evidence of him leaving the neighborhood means he could still be in one of those houses in that neighborhood. But then we go one step further with, what has been told to us, which at this point in time, we got to think everything that comes from the cops is probably tainted too. But if there's no evidence he ever left the house, where's the evidence that he was in the house? If there was evidence that he was at the house, why didn't Sumner County give me the evidence that he was in the house as proof of life? Chris was so upset that I asked for proof of life. I'm sorry, somebody goes missing is the first thing I asked for. Proof of life. Where was the last place he was seen? And you wonder why you failed your psych test, Chris? You don't even know the first policy when it comes to law enforcement. Thank God that you are not in Albuquerque working on the police department there. Thank God you failed your psych exam.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry. If people don't realize that, Chris told me he failed his psych exam when he attempted to go and be part of the Albuquerque PD, which he also told me he's got friends on the Albuquerque PD. And just remember that Nino lives in that area. So he has friends in law enforcement that like to do his little dirty work. I know things, Chris. And when I speak facts. There is no in my opinion on this shit. Excuse my language. Just aggravated.
Well, it is very aggravating, especially knowing everything. No, it's just not okay. And a lot of the things that have come out that have been said have been proven to be lies. On top of the fact that we're supposed to all apologize and eat humble pie, yeah, of
I'm
course.
sorry, Chris. Would you like some ranch on your humble pie? Because you can't have my ranch. I wouldn't give you ketchup from a McDonald's ketchup packet from 1980.
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah, I'm mad. Yeah, I'm aggravated. My kid's missing. People are. I'm finding people aren't doing their job. If people aren't doing their job, what are they doing? Why was an assistant DA involved with my son and yet I was never notified? Why did my son go missing and Sumner County never call Davidson County and speak to my captain and let my captain know? Why did they keep me out of the loop on everything that was going on with my son?
I think it was because they were covering their behinds because they knew that they were involved and they knew the family already, and it would have looked poorly on them because they didn't do anything since 2022 is my opinion, reading over the filing and everything.
I think it's normal to be upset. I don't understand why, Katie didn't call you as his father herself. And I can understand why you're extremely upset. And that's just my opinion. Has nothing to do with my feelings towards her or anything else, but I can certainly understand why you're upset. You have every right to be, and I think you've been pretty calm through all this, but you do need to stay calm, you know, and you need to remember that you're the only thing Sebastian's got, so you really need to stay calm and focus right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And
So, I'm
oh,
sorry, go
sorry.
ahead,
Go ahead.
ladies.
No, go
Hey,
ahead, Smiley. Go ahead, Smiley.
yeah, somebody just shot me another thing and said Ellie never showed you digital evidence that maybe Sebastian was on his switch after 7 p.m. to 9, or he went to bed, or text, or called anyone before bed.
Nope.
Hmm.
I want to know why law enforcement still has my son's switch. He didn't have an Nintendo account, so he had no access to speak to anybody, and he wasn't at my house when he went missing. I want to know why law enforcement didn't go in and take electronics from their house until I was literally went to go pick up the electronics that they were letting me have back from my house.
That is so strange. That is so strange that they it's almost like they treated your house like Sebastian went missing from your house, because they took several things from your house that you wouldn't expect. I mean, I guess take it from everywhere, but like a lot of people were asking about the cars being well, I shouldn't say cars. Chris's truck being searched, Katie's SUV being searched, and then Katie's work van being searched. And I don't know if we have clarification on that or
I
not.
don't. I have no clarification because I don't know. I know that they didn't look through mine.
And they should, I mean, they should have,
Hey,
because
I am 100% down for whatever you're gonna do. You can do it. You know, don't hold me separate from what you're doing with them. If you want to put me through everything that you're going to put them through, so be it. You want to come in here with luminol, you want to luminol my truck, you want to bring dogs, I don't care. I want my son found.
absolutely. But here's the weird thing is that it doesn't seem like they investigated anything. Like if they didn't do it anywhere, that's
Discovery.
also weird.
Discovery. I'm
Right.
praying for discovery.
Yeah. I think that's valid. Bo's asking if you saw the clothes from the Texas Roadhouse when you were at their house.
All that stuff was on the front porch outside in bags for law enforcement. That's where they had put it so
Bo
that they
said,
could have the dogs sniff it for scent. Titch, that's always a possibility. I don't know I don't know how their mind is working. I do know that when somebody was trying to serve me here for a lawsuit in Montgomery County, that Sumner County tried to get me to meet them at the border so they could give me paperwork, as they said. You could call me up on my phone because somebody is literally suing me civilly in another county, and you want to call me up and have me drive and meet you at the border of your county so you could give me paperwork for where I was being served in my own county. I mean, what kind of BS is that? I mean, the lawsuit had nothing to do with Sumner County. The fact is that, Fernando the Bull from Texas literally was doing whatever Chris wanted done. That's how a person in Texas was able to get Sumner County paperwork for me being served in Montgomery County for a civil lawsuit.
Yeah. That's again, it's just it almost doesn't seem like that could be real, you know. We know it is, but it's just so unreal that it's like unfathomable, in my opinion.
Sebastian, if you get to see this, my phone number is still the same. Please call me. Please call me so I can come get you. Even if you don't want me to come get you, call me so I know that you're safe. You're healthy. You're alive. You know, call me. If you need some money, call me. Just call me. I just want to know that you're okay. Just want to know that you're okay, son. All right. I've been on this for 2 hours too long. We've
Thank
been
you for
on here
having us up.
yeah. And we all know that we can't be interrupting, you know, Lady Freedom's night court that goes until morning actual court opens.
Oh, you know, I don't care about that. I'm just glad that
Oh, I'm
know,
just giving
you've
you
been
a
so
hard.
gracious. I know, but I'm still gonna give you props because you deserve it. You know, you're so gracious to answer questions, especially because it's not easy. Um,
None of this is easy. I just, in the back of my mind, one of the things that keep going through is God wouldn't give you something that He didn't know that you could handle. But even He's sometimes I think He thinks more of me than I think of myself. But God knows us. He knows what we're capable of. He knows what we can do. God wants to see us bloom and blossom to the best of our abilities. And I guess sometimes you just have to, He forces it.
yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you again, everybody that's here in chat. Thank you for coming up here on panel. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Lady Freedom. Thank you, Smiley.
Thank you
Of
for
course.
inviting me.
Thank you, all the mods. Thank you, Bo, for sending the questions in for me. You know, I'm going to ask you to do it again because I know we probably didn't get to all the questions in chat. So I do appreciate everybody that's helping. Please pass out flyers. You know, and if you see somebody that looks like it might be Sebastian, call his name. And if he turns around and he says yes or whatnot, 911. 911. Just 911. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see how. Let's see. See if I can do this like I did a minute ago, like 3 hours ago. Probably not. I'm working on it. Give me a minute. Here it is. Everybody have a
Still
good
hear your voice on the midnight breeze, like a whisper carried through the autumn trees. Sebastian Wayne Drake, my pride, my boy, my firstborn child, my heart, my joy.
It's been 8 long months since you've been gone, and I'm still out here holding on.
I bow my head and I pray each night, Lord, bring him home, show me a light. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul free.
I'll wait by the porch, 'neath the moon and the pine, till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always, through joy and pain.
The seasons change, but my heart stands still. This house is quiet, but I love him still. I look down the road and call out his name. God help me hold on through this lonesome pain.
If you can hear me, I need your grace. Help me find my boy, show me the way. I'll carry this love through the wind and rain.
Lord, help me believe
We'll meet again. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul free.
I'll wait by the porch, 'neath the moon and the pine, till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always, through joy and pain. If the stars could carry my words tonight,
They tell him I love him and hold on tight.
Sebastian Wayne Drake, my sweet little son, I'll search till I find you. Our journey's not done.